All right, so this is something new that I'm doing. I wanted to document this stuff because talking about it helps me feel better. It's all about a relationship I was just in, just got out of a couple weeks ago, actually, a little over 2 weeks ago. It's just been a whirlwind, and this particular girl, I believe, has undiagnosed BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, coupled with NPD, which is narcissist personality disorder. Undiagnosed, but I've done a lot of research, and she equates to all 9 symptoms of BPD according to the DSM, and about 5 of the 9. And I've also, read and talked about how those two disorders go hand in hand, and this is actually my first experience in dealing with anything like this, so it's extremely taxing to the mind, and it just brings you to another level. So basically what happened was I met her in about March 2016. Things went really quick, really fast, and we began dating. Things became official fairly quick because when I met this girl, it was just like an awe. Like, we talked on the phone a lot. The first night we saw each other, it was just an instant click. It was just amazing. It was just love. It just came quickly. Like, it's like a dream girl. Like, you meet this person, and it's like all of a sudden, like this is the person I've been looking for my whole life. Like, we have a lot of things in common. We laugh. We like the same things. It was just an ease. It's like she just fit right in, and I fit right into her life, and things just took off. It was great. She lived about 45 minutes away from me. At the time, my dog wants to come up on the bed. Come on. And she lived 45 minutes away, and she was over my house a lot. I lived in the city, she lived in the country, so that wasn't such a big deal. But she was over my house a lot. There was a lot of stuff to do in the city. She would come to my house after school during the summer. She would hang around. At the time, right now I live in my parents' house, as I'm looking for an apartment. But at the time, I actually had an apartment lined up to move in the summer, but I put that on hold because things were going so good with her that I figured, well, if things continue to go good, then we can maybe get something in the near future, 6 months, 7 months down the road, to save the money. So, sorry to get off track, but so she came over here a lot. We were hanging out. I have a little dog. He's 15 pounds. My mom has a little dog, same, about 12 pounds. And, they're around, they're hanging out. They lay on the bed, they lay on the edge of the bed, and we just said, we'd hang out, we'd watch movies a lot, we'd watch movies in the basement, and the dogs would be around. No issues. She would pet them, she would play with them. There's just no issues at all. Everything was just perfect. And things went really quick. And I guess they're looking back on it now. There were some flags that I could have seen, but when you're in that moment of love, and you finally find this person that's like so into you, and you're so into them, you just think, wow, this is great, because it's what I was looking for. I came into this healthy, knowing what I wanted in somebody, knowing where I wanted to go with somebody, what I needed, and it was just perfect. Like, and we talked about hesitation, about trusting each other, and I didn't want to let my guard down. She didn't want to let her guard down, and we talked about all that stuff in the beginning, and everything was just right on the table, and it was open, and everything was just awesome. So, the months passed. Months were great. We went on a vacation together in May to Myrtle Beach, which was phenomenal. It was great. Again, no issues. Actually, a car broke down when we were out there. I had that fixed for her. I put that on my charge card. Not a big deal. This stuff happens. You gotta take care of it. So You know, I'm the type of person that when I'm involved with somebody, you know, if something happens, you help each other out and you get through it. So, you know, that was fine. When I vacation, everything was fine. We'd come back here. You know, my family loved her. She met my grandfather, my mom, my dad, all my cousins. We had like a circle of friends going because we met through my cousin's friend, or my cousin's girlfriend, I'm sorry. And it was just, it was great. We had me, my two cousins, their two girlfriends, and my girlfriend. We just hung out a lot, and it was just it was great. You know, I enjoyed her family. I enjoyed her house, and I can't think of anything else to say. But it was perfect. There were some flags thinking that went through my mind at some point. She brought up a lot of marriage, that I'm the best guy she's ever met, and you know, she wants to never leave me. She wants to spend her life with me, and she can't imagine not being with me. This is about maybe a month or two in, and it was nice to hear that, and also skeptical at the same time. But again, it just felt good, and it felt right, and maybe feeling good should have been a more of a red flag for me. But when you trust somebody, you know, you just go with it. And it's easy to say, watch the red flags, but when you're in it, all you feel is what you feel and what your heart feels. So, you know, so that stuff, I didn't really respond a lot to that in depth until a little bit further down, when she kept bringing it up and stuff, and I was like, well, maybe she's really into this, so we can definitely talk about it. I mean, I'm in this relationship because I want it to progress, and that's what I want it to be. So, you know, we talked about that stuff, and there was never any issue in my mind, and when what I found out later, when you're dealing with these personality disorders, there's a stage called the love bomb stage, and that's exactly where I was at. You know, they shower you with compliments and texts, and I was getting constant Facebook messages, you know, posts, you know, tagged with pictures of me and her, or pictures of me, and comments with me and my man all over her Facebook page, and everybody was like happy for her and said, you know, you look happy, this is great. So I was flaunted on the Facebook page, and flaunted with texts of you know, my future husband, and my future, you know, my future wife, and it just you know, it was great. At that time I didn't know what love bombing was, but now I do. and when I was reading the definition about love bombing, immediately just like clicked, like that's what happened. That is exactly what happened. But so that, I'm trying to remember my thought here because it's still mind-blowing. So it's about that, let's see, we're in like about the end of May, mid-June now. I've been with her for about 2.5 months. Things are going great, and then out of nowhere, her sister becomes pregnant, and this is like the start of slowly things going downhill. She began having you know, breakdowns. I would get bombarded with texts in capital letters, like constantly, over and over and over and over, like, she doesn't want kids, you better rethink this, I don't want kids, I don't like kids, I can't do it, I don't want that to happen to me, I don't like them. She just panicking. She didn't want me to leave her. Don't leave me. You're going to abandon me because I don't want kids. Don't leave me. And I found it very strange. It happened about 2 or 3 times, and in those 2 or 3 times, there was also like not attempts at this point, but threats of say suicide. Oh, so my dog's like coughing over there. Sorry. So attempts, threats of suicide. She threatened suicide during this time. She would run away, and I wouldn't be able to contact her until she'd calm down, and then she would text me, and she would just have these emotional outbursts and rages, and then just something all new to me that I never knew at all how to piece together. And at that point, I was very patient. I didn't know how to handle it, but I was patient. I didn't flip out. I just, tried to talk to her and calm her down through text, and then over the phone. And I just tried to be patient. But those few episodes that occurred with the baby caused tension with her and her family, and she was over here more a lot because of that, because she had arguments with them, and so that was about the end of June, and that's the first time that something started to happen. So I figured, well, I don't know, maybe it's just like a phase or something, and then she had moments where she was fine with me. She came over and she was fine with me. I noticed a little bit of a change in her personality, but other than that, she seems sort of semi-fine. But so that's the first part of what happened. So that's going to conclude this video. I'm going to go on to the next video and explain what happened after that. I'm going to try to keep these videos short, probably like, 10, 12 minutes or so. But that's the onside. And the whole point of these videos is to just give insight about people with personality disorders and what they can do to an average, normal, healthy person looking for a relationship, like I was. So I think talking about it helps. Documenting it helps. So I hope maybe I can reach people and just tell them what I went through and what happened through the course of this, because this is something I've never ever experienced, and it's so fuzzy to me about all that's happened that it's crazy. It's crazy. So that'll conclude now. On my next video will be part 2, and we'll get into more depth of what actually happened after that. All right, thanks guys.